Hey guys, MrPokke here. So on today's episode of Worth It, we are going to be trying 3 different teams at 3 drastically different price points, or rather cost points, this time featuring Himeko Nova to find out which one is going to be the most worth it at its cost. So once again, our criteria is going to be shown right here. All rallies in early access unchanged. First try only, no reset, unless we go birthday explode. A normally arbitration king using the same blessing, testing between 4 costs, 8 costs, as well as 12 costs. Now, I do want to say for today's special inclusion, which is going to be the inclusion of our E4S0 Well Yang. So I'm going to be splitting this test up into 2 distinct groups, one with a E4S0 Well Yang and one without an E0S4 Well Yang, to kind of give you guys a little bit of a reference on whether you can cost max by using these kind of high idling standard correctors to see if you want to use them with Himeko Nova, right? So with that being out of the way, these are going to be the teams that we're testing out right here at 4 costs, and that is going to be featuring our E0S0 Blade using RMC as well as E0S0 Huo. Now, the decision that I'm going to be taking and why I want to run this particular team is because where you're going to be using a team, especially with M-Blade, I personally feel M-Blade is probably one of the strongest damage amplifiers. So you can check out our previous Himeko Nova's guide where you want to give her a damage amplifier or a damage buffer as well as an action value buffer. So in this case, for the only action value buffer that we have that is not limited, is pretty much going to be RMC. But the problem with running M-Blade without a DHPT's signature weapon is that M-Blade is most likely going to be taking too much damage and he cannot actually continue on with his follow-up skill attacks. Therefore, our E0S0 Huo should be giving us a much better amount of sustain. Not to mention, she is essentially redeemable from your golden companion tokens. So I would say this is pretty much the earliest barrier to entry if you want to consider picking up a Himeko. Do keep in mind that for all of our testings over here, Himeko's E0S1 I personally feel is going to be one of the most important cost upgrades, especially before you actually get her E2. So her energy rotation is going to be feeling a lot better with the defense ignore stacking on with M-Blade as well as the additional 6 energy from the assist skill, right? So the buff we're going to be using is going to be right here, right? Navigator's Oath, all-type rest pen as for skill as well, ultimate damage by 50%, so that's going to be really good. The boss itself is going to be Himeko Murata, or rather Murata Graphia, that we've actually tried before back in Memory of Chaos. I'm probably not going to be making a dedicated video for this anomaly arbitration, the early access server, since we did actually fight her back in MOC, or rather actually is in the current MOC that we are experiencing right now, I think. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into our very first team right now. All right, let's get this over with. Getting our technique points over here, and we're just gonna immediately jump in with Himeko Nova. I intentionally made my blade to be in the middle between RMC as well as Himeko, so that if he's gonna be hit by any AoE attacks, then at least we can actually get ourselves the additional AoE energy for Himeko Nova. And yes, you absolutely need at least one Astro Express member, which is why RMC over here is definitely going to be able to provide us the companion protocol verdict, so we can actually get off our Himeko Nova's unique assist skill passive, right? So for this, we're just going to go in with the taunt on the little horse, because this guy's going to be doing an AoE, so don't have to worry about it too much. I believe we should be getting close to 100% right here, so we're just going to pop this open. 100%. Pulls up our Himeko Nova, and I believe at this point, because we do have a full-on ultimate, we are just gonna let this go, and then we can then let go of the power up, right? So one thing to keep in mind for running a companion verdict, right, protocol verdict, is that it is quite difficult to actually get off your 2 use of assist skills, which essentially needs you to use 4 different ultimates in one single rotation, and that can definitely be quite challenging. I'm actually just gonna save this a little bit because I want to first let this go so that I can apply my late additional ultimate. Alright, so this will give me a little bit more energy, and then we're just gonna hit this as well for a little bit here. And then we can finally let this go. And then he's gonna come here right here, right? He's gonna summon his goons, which doesn't really matter too much. Then we're gonna hit out the additional extra turn with RMC. Alright, then we're gonna go in right here with the additional action value delay. Because we are gonna be using Huo as a sustain, there shouldn't be too big of a pressure right here. So for this blade, we can actually pop in this ultimate, which means we are gonna get 2 out of 2 for verdict. And then we're going to be getting a very nice ultimate right? And we still have our Mimi buff. So actually, as a matter of fact, for this particular build, you do want to make sure your crit is going to be a little bit lower with RMC because you do get the additional 10%, but just for a little bit of a min-max purpose, right? So that is a ridiculous amount of damage coming in from our 4-core team, but definitely keep in mind this 4.9 million. Number one, there are going to be ads which is going to inflate the damage, and number two, we do have the blessing that will definitely benefit our Himeko Nova, right? So this is going to come in. Very, very nice, 800k, and then all this is just going to be giving us a little bit more energy, which is going to be very nice. Huo is just always going to be casting our skill, so they can block our shared feelings, and skill point is not going to be too big of a pressure for us, right? So this AoE is going to hit, which is completely fine. Pop open our extra turn with Verdict, as well as getting us the full attack from Blade. For this particular angle, I'm actually just going to be going for the skill, so that we can pop open this. Alright, then after this comes in, we are going to be getting this off here, which is fine. Then when Blade casts this, we can actually let this go, which can proc my companion protocol Verdict. So while this is going to be at 100%, I'm just going to instantly activate my ultimate before my minion is going to pull me up. If we do kill this between waves, it will not have any excess damage, so we can straight away jump into the next phase. But I don't think there's going to be any excess because the horse is definitely going to be a very, very beefy buckle, right? So instantly refreshing our skill per wave with Himeko's technique, and then we can just immediately jump straight into a Himeko just to give us our 100% uptime for Mimi, right? So we're going to come in with Graphia, get us a little bit more of them follow-up attacks. My skill point here is going to be a little bit low, and I am going to be getting my ultimate soon, so I can just be going for the basic attack right here. I'm going to let Blade expire his out, then pop open my Huo out, and then I will refresh my Blade ultimate right here, and then this will give me Companion Verdict. So, barely enough for the energy, but okay. Now how many is this? Okay, 3 energy off, right? A little bit off, but it's going to be fine, so at least this, we can pop this open, and then we'll let this go immediately. I'm always just pressing spacebar when playing Himeko Nova, because I don't really want to keep swapping between Q and E, since AI spacebar click is going to be very, very intuitive, right? Then this is just going to come here. Okay, all this is going to be chill. Okay, Blade unfortunately did get hit there. We do have a global passive, which I can't really remove since it's going to be the early access server. But the more important thing that's going to be happening is actually the phase 2 when she summons the Astro Express. So this deals a little bit more damage. Alright, hopefully it hits Blade. Okay, did not hit Blade. And this one is. Mimi is going to be going for the punch. And then Himeko Nova is just going to go for the enhanced skill. Then from this point on, we're just going to be getting us a little bit more energy from Huo. And then he summons 2 more of the goons, so there's going to be 5 target. So for this particular matchup, I can definitely see Wei Yang being very, very nice over here because it's going to be 5 targets. So protocol decimation could help us a lot, right? So this pops back in, and then I'm pretty sure this would be giving me 100%, so I don't really want to waste my out. 100% pulls me back up, and then from this, I can actually activate this right here. Okay, Verdict is going to come in. We do need to refresh my support skill, and then we can just pop this here again. Always refresh your normal skill with Himeko Nova. There should never ever be a downtime with her. And then you're just going to continue on damage. Okay, the problem is right now, because we do have 5 different targets, it is definitely going to be a little bit hard to get in the damage on the right unit, right? So there's a lot of different target. At least Blade ultimate is going to be 5 target, so there's going to be a good amount. 600k at E0 S0. Okay, for this one, we don't really have any more of a global passive, so it is what it is. When he eventually recovers later, then we'll just see what's up right now. He's actually taking quite a significant amount of damage here. Alright, so Blade is definitely getting very low, which is honestly a little bit scary. I do need to actually cast this because I low-key might actually go for a Flip Explode here. Can we actually get this up so that we can get ourselves 100% AV advance? Okay, this is 98%. I think we're barely just there for 100%, so this pulls out my Himeko. And then my Himeko Nova is just going to come in right here for a little bit more of a 1.3. This should be fine because Blade is going to be taking quite a while to come back out, so it is what it is. Let's just pop this, which will then give me my Himeko Nova ultimate. then we're just gonna continuously do on our damage here. Okay. Alright, 2.7, and this is just gonna go for the normal EVA. Not quite enough for the out, but it's gonna be okay. If we get hit here again, then we should be getting out. Okay, not quite enough. Blade has just been like stuck here for 10 billion years, so it kinda... I'm actually gonna be going for the basic in case Blade loses the RNG, because we do need a gamble here. Okay, thankfully we were able to gamble, so that's really nice. Instantly pop the ultimate so we can get our full upscale. Alright, and then we can just resume this once again. Get off another ultimate, and then we'll cast our verdict. Okay. Do need a little bit more energy later on. Blade goes back for a walk. The horse, the fact that they're still alive is gonna be a little bit annoying. Hopefully my RMC gets hit here. Oh, that is quite rough. Okay, wait, hold up. At least this can pull up my Mimi for Himeko. So maybe I can get rid of the other horse, but it's purely at this point just RNG, right? Okay, let's just see what's up. Okay, big hit. So for this one, we can just refresh this once again. Gets the extra turn. So we actually clear out the entire wave at this point of time. I can actually go for the heal right here, and I'll wait for Blade's turn to begin. Okay, since he did summon the buckles, we're just gonna immediately come in. And then when Blade recovers later on, we'll just see where that's gonna be going. Okay, that's fine. Then for this one over here, we're just gonna be taking a lot of hits from the buckles, but when he recovers, it'll be okay, right? Okay, when not getting hit there is fine. Let's recover. Okay, unfortunately we failed. Okay, at least we didn't fail that, so we can pop this for one verdict. And then that's gonna be one, and then we're just gonna cast our 4-4 ultimate right here. At this point, there's no way we're gonna be able to get ourselves a 2 cycle, so I do want to try to get myself the extra damage buff so that we can improve our overall damage. And then from here, we can pop this open, which will then give me another verdict. Okay, 1 mil, 100k. Okay, Blade is just constantly getting crowd control, which is like super fucking annoying, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was like the drying machine from my 4th place, which means the codes are dry, so that's huge. I'm actually gonna be going for a basic attack over here, because after Himeko Nova goes, I think we might be getting close to 100% energy anyways. About the charge, so this is fine. I do need to save this to refresh this, right? That's just my choice. For this one right here, I also need to save a bit of skill points, because in case we can't get off the dispel. Okay, luckily we did get out the spell, so that's really good. 98%. Mimi is gonna pull out my Himeko, so that's quite nice. Can just come in right here. Mimi pulls out my Himeko. Okay, then we do refresh our buff, so this is gonna give me an out. Okay, 8% HP. I'm pretty sure this is definitely gonna be enough to kill. It should be more than enough to kill actually. Alright, this is gonna get us to phase 2. Then from this point, she's gonna be doing a very big AoE. Before she does the AoE, I'm actually gonna let go of both my Blade as well as RMC, because if we don't, there might be a situation. Oh, okay, I wasn't fast enough because you know. Oh, okay, thankfully they. Oh, that's just a little bit unfortunate. Okay. Oh. Okay, at least that's done there. We can still work with this a little bit. Alright. Let's get out here, get our EVA. We still got an extra turn on the assist skill. Then we can do the EVA. Hopefully she can escape this. Okay, that's very nice. Energy is running a little bit low, but if I do get my ultimate here, that's gonna be really exceptional. So we actually do need to cast this. And this will give me my 2 out of 2 for verdict. And then Mimi is also gonna be getting close to 100%. So 99 is gonna be right here. 4 cycles. Then once we hit anyone, 100% pulls up Himeko. That is good. And then we're just gonna immediately cut her out because we did get the additional 5 energy. So that's nice. Then okay. And after this we need to save 1 skill point, right? Because the state is gonna be expiring next turn. This particular thing, right? Still have 1 turn remaining. And we're just gonna pop this down. 8 out of 9. So we instantly dispelled the 2 goons, which is really good. We're just gonna immediately come back down right here. That's gonna be the double, 80 energy, no wastage over there whatsoever. And she hits blade, which is fine. There's gonna be, ooh, that is quite a large amount of AoE here, which is a little bit annoying. I do need to save up a little bit more skill points here, because it's 2 different units that we need to dispel. I mean, you could gamble if you want to, but I just really don't want to gamble that too much. So that is gonna be that. Okay, 9 out of 10. Okay, that is gonna be fine. I kind of wonder if we can actually get off verdict here. I think we should be able to. Yeah, so the robot can still go. Holy, that's a crazy pause screen. Okay, that's insane. Yeah, robot is gonna be able to come here. So even though we're gonna be crowd control, it's still gonna be okay. Let's dispel this. Let's dispel this. Okay, at least we dispel that. And I have to cast my skill to refresh. If that failed, that would have been really bad. Okay, then we can immediately cast open our robot. Big. So let's see if we can actually get a skill in this cycle, because if we don't get this in this cycle, we have to wait for the cycle after this anyways, right? So this basically all in. 70%, unfortunately not quite enough over here, so it looks like our 4-cost Himeko is gonna be looking at a roughly 5 cycle dispatch for this particular attack right here. Alright, so we do get 9 out of 9. We can get off a verdict here right after. Okay, so this is gonna be extra turn into a basic, and then after the basic, we can actually get ourselves the 100% AV advance. So it's gonna put up 40 AV, which is good. Then verdict comes back in again for 1.4 million, pulls up the Himeko, and then we're just gonna cast the assist skill once again, getting us the 5 cycle dispatch. I'm not sure how many action value was that. I'm gonna go check it a little bit later, unless my editor recognizes. But I will definitely come back and I'll update with the results in a second. Alright, hey guys, so I basically checked that it's gonna be 5 cycle, 69 action value using our RMC, using E0M0 Blade as well as E0S0 Huohuo with our E0S1 Himeko. Just keep in mind, I will definitely lower this crit rate a little bit. Blade, I'm just working with the best possible rates I have running the Von Weg into the tutorial mission. And then just now, my RMC, I believe it was, hold on, give me a second here. My RMC is gonna be right here. This is gonna be the 146. Honestly, not that fast of an RMC, deliver into 2-piece Von Weg as well. So now we're just gonna simply swap over the RMC into our E4 weld. Now, there is one thing I kind of want to bring to your attention, which is if you are going to be using both Blade and Weld in the same team, there's actually a little bit of a issue, which is you are not going to be able to get a very good light cone option, because with both End Blade as well as Weld, especially if you have Himeko's S1, you are already able to achieve 100% defense down. So if you take a look at End Blade's trace, you can get yourself, I believe it's gonna be right here, 30% defense down from the ultimate, and then for Weld himself, he's gonna be having 40% defense down. So you're already gonna be getting 70% defense down. Combine this with Himeko's light cone is 102% defense down, so the extra 2% is completely wasted. Therefore, resolution light cone for Weld Yang is actually essentially completely useless, because you do not need any additional defense down sources, and we do not have access to 2 different tutorial mission begins. So your light cone situation running a low cost team with both Blade and Weld would be a little bit problematic. I feel like just for the demonstration of this video, I would intentionally go ahead with the resolution light cone. But just know that this is just really not ideal, because you are gonna be getting essentially 0 value, because you really have 100% defense now. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think I'm just gonna stick it on with like a Herda style light cone. So at least this thing gives me a little bit more energy. Okay, actually, as a matter of fact, okay, you know what? I'll give this to Blade. I'll use a Blade, because if we do have like the fire DOT from Blade, at least it's something. Even though they are both really not that ideal, at least it is going to be something. Right? So Well is going to be running tutorial, because we're going to be sticking off the 4-piece Ego into the 2-piece Von Weg. Huohuo is going to be the exact same with Lushaga, 169 speed. Then Blade, we're just going to be running this, but just know that the light cone options when you run both of them together is going to be a little bit more sus if you do not have Blades as one, right? So the demonstration purpose, we're just going to be sticking on this. Everything else is going to be the exact same. So let's see what this is going to be offering for this particular rotation. The way I see, I'm guessing it is going to be a lot better because Decimation just tends to play, or rather it feels a little bit easier playing Decimation, especially if you're going to be playing against multi-target content. As long as it's going to be more than one target, I think Decimation spell is just going to be really, really good, right? So we're just going to instantly pop this. I don't believe we have enough to cast our Blade Ultimate unless this Buckle is going to be able to give us a hit, so we'll just do a basic. I don't really want to waste welts out, so actually, you know what, I think we can waste welts out a little bit, because when this guy is going to be hitting us with the AoE, it would be giving us a significant amount of damage here anyways. So when this guy hits, okay, we can instantly cast our Blade Ultimate. We'll let him summon. Then the moment he summons, we're going to let go of our Welt Ultimate. Then after Welt Ultimate applying our Weightless, we are going to be having more damage to the mobs. Then Himeko is going to immediately come in. And the moment this is going to be done, we'll then activate our 4-Force Ultimate to recharge our energy as fast as possible. Alright, this is going to be really, really good. 9 out of 9. Gets this back in. Very, very nice. 2.7 million. Superb damage. So this is the power of 100% defense down. We instantly clear the mobs with zero issue whatsoever. A bit unfortunate that we couldn't really quite get this one, so it is what it is. But we're just gonna come in. If the horse hits Welt Yang here, that would be huge. Okay, we definitely still got this hit anyways. Okay, he's gonna cast it. I don't really need to do the little interruption, so we can still stick on with this particular thing right here. 8 out of 9. When he hits Blade, that's fantastic. 9 out of 9. Gets this fall of attack, and then we're gonna be able to get Himeko Nova. Decimation blocking very, very nicely, and then we immediately come in with the ultimate here. So let's see if this is going to be a sufficient amount of damage. 1.8, 2.2, super nice. 2.7 million. Not quite enough to get the kill, but the horse is almost going to die here. I'm actually going to be going for the... Okay, I'll see if I need to save. I could potentially save Blade's ultimate, so let me just cast this and see where things stand. Because we are going to be getting a significant amount of damage from this anyways. 4-4 is just going to basic. So if I can save Blade's ultimate, I'll just save it for the next wave, right? Because this is going to be single target. Not quite. Oh my god, look at that. Just barely enough on the HP, which is really unfortunate. You know what? It's not that bad. 8 out of 9. This comes into the next wave. So now that we're going to be here, we can immediately cast our Blades out against the 3 targets. Also gets us Decimation. Alright, this refreshes. We are almost there to max energy. Okay, this one is definitely going to cast. I'm going to wait for Welt Yang to apply his ultimate first. I will pop open a skill, or rather a basic. Then after the basic, I can cast my ultimate. So that's going to be 1 plus 3 stacks. So I still get 9 out of 9, while still giving my skill points to 4-4 later on. So we do apply our Welt's debuff. Then we used up all of our Decimation. Then we're just going to immediately refresh our Decimation with our ultimate, and then do this, right? Very, very good. And then 4-4 at this point, we are just going to come right down with our scale, just to give us shared feelings and a little bit more damage. I think we should be able to have enough skill points to manage with Welt Yang as well, so it should be fine. Blade here is going to expire, which is going to be kind of okay. Let's see what's up. Okay, 4-4 did get hit here, which is a little bit unfortunate. But luckily, because of that, we can get our Blade out, which is huge. Then Welt Yang, we haven't refreshed our enhanced skill yet. So we're just going to be going for the skill for 3 targets at 6 out of 9. And then this is going to be at 9 out of 9, giving us the Decimation. Alright, fantastic. We are really low on skill points. I think Himeko Nova can still just go for the normal assist skill, so that's gonna be fine. Then 4-4 can just cast her basic later on. Okay, barely enough here. Alright, 4-4 is definitely gonna cast her basic. Save this additional assist skill for Welt Yang. Okay. Okay, I kind of really need them to hit my... Okay, even if they don't hit my Himeko, it's not that bad. I'm just gonna save this a little bit. Alright. So this will give me my Himeko out. So 9 out of 9, I'll refresh right here. Then we can get off the full Decimation double against 5 targets very, very easily. Alright. 3.7 million down into 4.2. Actually gets us quite a significant amount of damage over there. We already got rid of both of the horses. Blade is definitely going to cast an ultimate here. Skill point wise, we're looking a little bit tight. Huo actually needs to base it. I'm just gonna do the skill for the additional 3 targets, as well as more energy for Well Yang. So this is gonna be 8 out of 9. And then if they hit Blade now, we should be getting us the follow up, which gives me another decimation, which is very, very good. Then we'll just, while this is still gonna be in, yeah, let's just cast our ultimate. I would potentially wait for the summon more so we can get more stacks, but the thing is our ultimate is looking a little bit low anyways, so this counts back down. Well Yang, we're just gonna continue to scale because I do want Well Yang's ultimate to be really, really high. Okay, I think this is, ooh, that is really, really unfortunate. We are just gonna be going for our basic because I think we need to refresh our Himeko skill next turn, so just keep that in mind a little bit. Okay, barely just enough there. I mean, if I were to cast my... Nah, I don't really want to cast my hand skill. Because for the Well Yang, we're gonna break free. Okay, fantastic. Let's just first get us an ultimate. Okay, we'll get 1 assist skill, so Himeko Nova gets her out. Then when Himeko Nova gets her out, we can then because this is already an 8 out of 9. So we're just gonna calm down right now. Okay, 1.3 down back into 1.6. Gets us the assist skill for 600k. This is just gonna be going for a skill into a skill. Oh wait, we can't really skill with Huo, huh? Okay, my Well Yang actually needs to basic, because my Huo needs to cast a skill, so that I can reset my ultimate here, which then gives me my Blade ultimate. Then Himeko Nova needs to refresh her own technique later on, so we can't actually use our Well Yang basic there. Okay. Blade is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. This refreshes, we can calm this back down. Okay, then for this one, I have to basic to get us the gamble. Now see if we can actually get off the kill here, because I can save my weightless for the second phase. Fuck. Oh, that's so bad. That's actually genuinely so fucking bad. Oh, that is genuinely so fucking bad. But oh, that's rough. That is rough. Because we didn't break free there, we weren't able to get ourselves the ultimate. Because if I get my ultimate, I think I could have potentially did a lot more actually. Oh, that was super unlucky. But it is what it is. Okay. Okay, 8 out of 9. When this hits to 9 out of 9, we can get our decimation here. Okay, decimation comes in, 3%. Yeah, we're just gonna go right now. But that was extremely unfortunate that Blade lost the gamble. But let's just pop this, 0%. Oh, the 0% is actually gonna... Okay, so this is the same issue as Sparksy, I guess. So she actually has to take this hit here. Hopefully we don't get crowd control. Okay, Blade didn't get crowd control this time. But both Well and Himeko did end up getting crowd control, which is a little bit unfortunate, considering that I only have 1 skill point here. Which is super unfortunate. I mean, I could gamble. Fuck. Oh, wait, Himeko can just use assist skill? Oh, I actually did not know that. Okay, the more you know. So assist skill can actually bypass the entire mechanic. I see. I see. That is actually really good. Blade taking hit here will be huge, so we get ourselves the follow-up attack. 9 out of 9 comes back in. I can actually pop open another out right now. For 3 out of 9. Okay, 4 out of 9. Okay, that's not Blade. Please hit Blade. Okay, that's good. Huo has to basic right now, because otherwise my Well is gonna go perfect explode. Hopefully we win the... Oh, we can just use assist skill. Ah, so if you are gonna be in that situation, casting an assist skill will instantly dispel the state, and then you can just let this go right now. That is so nice. I see. Okay, the more you know, because I legitimately did not actually know that. So yeah, I mean it's first try anyway, so it is what it is. But okay, let's just pop this back in for our Himeko right here. I believe we should be on track actually. If she hits Blade here, that would be huge. Fuck me. That is very unfortunate. I kinda have to just go for the basic, so we can get more skill points. Then basic will give me this, so we have 4 skill points here. Then let's just pop this right now. Okay, I mean, I need a... Okay, I still have 1 turn remaining, right? Okay, I still have 1 turn remaining. So Himeko Nova can just calm this in as if like nothing happened. Then for Huo, I need to cast my skill points. Holy shit. That is just insane. There goes 3 skill points, I guess. Can bring this back up a little bit. Let's go for the basic. So Welyan can actually go for a little bit more here. But it does appear to be a 4-cycle dispatch. Shouldn't be too big of an issue. Unless Blade dies or something. 9 out of 9. Get this back into the little hit. Okay, then Blade can immediately cast an ultimate. Well, that's going to be 3 targets. Okay. 4 out of 9. Welyan gets the extra turn. And then we are going to be getting out Himeko Nova. So this is most likely going to get us the kill, I think. Okay, we definitely get the kill. I wish I can see the action value from here. So, but it's a little bit like Face Out, where if you kill right now, you actually don't see the action value. So that is, okay, 76 action value for 4 cycles. So essentially you save yourself 1 entire cycle between Murata, or rather between using an RMC as well as a E4 well, right? So that is gonna be that for our 2 different 4-cost teams, but once again, E4 well is gonna be 5 standard costs, so take it as your own discretion. Alright, hey guys, so with the 4 costs out of the way, we're now going to be jumping into the 8 cost clears for Himeko Nova. The way that you can go about with your 8 costs honestly kind of depends which one do you prefer. So I would say from what I personally experienced is that the inclusion of an RMC for essentially no cost, and instead of running a unit like Sunday or Sparkle, I mean you can't even run Sparkle anyways because she's not even from Actual Express, because you want to proc at least Protocol Verdict. That is where you can definitely consider running yourself a full E2 S1 Himeko. I personally feel E2 S1 Himeko is essentially the best point of investment. So getting this E2 S1 is like the baseline. Then to add more cost on top of the E2 S1, you can kind of just play around and see what you're going to be getting over here. So we are going to be going with our E2 S1 Himeko, running our E2 S0 Blade. So this is going to be 3 costs right here. No cost RMC, so this is going to CM RMC just now, as well as a E0 S0 Huo, right? So without further ado, let's see. So for this particular fight, because of the inclusion of our E2 S1 Himeko Nova, I'm going to be expecting a lot more procs with our protocols, since we are going to be able to make full use of the 1 out of, rather 0 out of 1 protocol verdict. We are going to be getting a significant amount of ultimates, especially using units like Huo as well as an M2 blade right here, right? So we're just going to jump in, summon our Mimi. This is unfortunately not quite enough to get our ultimates. We have to wait a little bit. Cast our Huo out right here. 100% brings us up for Himeko Nova. I'm just going to cast this ultimate right now so that I can get my blade ultimate. So you can see this assist skills is going to be like quote-unquote wasteful, because we cannot store this excess energy, but because we're going to be able to refresh all that back into full anyways, you don't really have to worry about it as much. The more important thing is you definitely want to get yourself the M blade stacks right here, so it can be quite nice, right? So this is going to be giving us the 3.9 million. So from here we can actually go ahead with this. I will wait for the lion to spawn the 2 goons, such that I can get myself a little bit more targets for RMC. Alright, just a little bit more. Okay, then this is going to be 7 out of 7. Comes back down right here. And then we're going to be able to get an extra turn. And then we're going to be getting this. Very, very nice. And then this is going to be coming down to 5 out of 7. Gets this ultimate for 1 out of 1, so I am going to be getting my Himeko Nova ultimate right now, just in time for our hit over here. And then this is just going to go right in, right? Big damage, big damage, big damage. So I think that's actually going to be the full clear immediately, which is really, really fast. And then Himeko Nova is going to continue on with her assault right here. Okay, super, super nice. And then we're just gonna be able to get ourselves the additional refund, bring us the action value advance, and then we can continue on with the assist skill right here. For we can just go ahead with our skill, and then this is gonna go ahead with extra turn first. And then we are just gonna cast a skill right here to bring us up a little bit more. See who this hits. Okay, unfortunately hits Blade, but we do get the refund. So once this comes in, we are gonna get us another extra skill. Let's see if this is enough for our ultimate. Absolutely fantastic. So you can see how my assist skill, there's pretty much like zero downtime whatsoever. You'll pretty much almost never finish using up all of your 3 extra assist skills, so you don't really have to worry about it that much. Although I would say, if you want to just deal even more damage, you can definitely even consider running an attack rope instead. So they can actually use the assist skills while dealing more damage, right? It's just that my Himeko Nova here is actually going to be running an ER rope. So for a little bit more, definitely consider changing the attack in the future. But at this point, we're just going to see where this is going to be going. So it hits Huo Huo. If she hits one more time, we can actually get ourselves a very nice energy regeneration. Okay, not quite enough. This basic is still going to be good. So we're just going to be going for the basic against Murata. Gets us the energy regeneration. Okay, 85%, 86%. Okay, so she's gonna summon here. Gets us a 7 out of 7. Very, very good. Immediately casts her ultimate, so this will then give me my last stack of the assist skill right here. Then we pop it out. Mimi buff is still gonna be active, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Then we're just gonna go with the boom, 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 boom. Super, super nice. Super, super good. Right, 3.9 million all the way back down to 4.7. Mimi instantly pulls me back up. We do have to refresh our skill right here. Then we can pop open ultimate. Alright, then we are going to be able to get off another assist skill. So pop open assist skill first. Then get us a blade. Then get us an EPA for a little bit more skill points. So whoever, if he hits blade, is actually going to be perfect. So I can immediately dispel. This is going to be blade, right? So that is really, really good. So the way I see it, since we already know that I don't really want to use this assist skill for blade, so I'm just going to dispel this. Okay, thankfully we actually got it on first try, so that's really, really good. So this comes back down, which will then give me my Himeko Nova's assist skill once again. So this is going to be next stacks, and then we can immediately jump right back down into Murata for a significant amount of damage. Alright, down to 13%. I don't think we clear this to next wave, 9. Okay, we do get us an extra turn from Mimi very, very soon. Let's just pop a skill here. 100% pulls up Himeko Nova. Then when Himeko Nova comes up, let's just get our own assist skill right here. 3% down. If we get a blade hit, that would be really, really good. That's fantastic actually. So this pops in 2%. Assist skill comes in 1%. Then this should be getting us to 0%. Okay, you know what? This game absolutely fucking hates me, so it is what it is. We do get quite a bit of hits, right? Do get quite a bit of hits. First assist skill goes in, so this is definitely going to be enough. And we do get ourselves an extra turn here. I am actually just going to be going for the basic, just in case I want to use my skill points to remove the melee. We'll just see the RNG here. So Blade actually did not get dispelled this time, and only Himeko and RMC get the crowd control, which is actually really, really good, because for both Himeko and RMC, we can actually just use the assist skill to essentially skip the entire mechanic for this fight right here, right? I am actually just going to be going for this, and then we can get this. Then we get off one assist skill. Himeko Nova's out is going to be already full, so I can just kind of chill a little bit. Okay, we're just going to chill a little bit. Blade can store the energy, so not that bad. And my energy is going to be quite full. Okay, just waiting for the thingy to refresh. So we get this here, and then we immediately cast our ultimate. Then the more we cast our ultimate, we can let go of our blade out right here. Right? So ba 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 ba. Very, very good. Very, very nice. Significant amount of damage. Then blade out is gonna immediately come in, which gives me another Himeko out. I think we might be able to get a one cycle, depends on how this is gonna be going here. Gets us a hit into an extra turn. I am going to wait a little bit because I believe this should be close to 100%, so 100% is gonna pop. When she hits Himeko once again, it's gonna be fine because we can simply just cast our assist skill. And then this is gonna just come in. Okay, then this is gonna come down. Okay, Blade is gonna do that, and then we're just gonna count another assist skill. Alright, very, very good. Okay, then after that, we immediately reset our robot. 38% HP remaining. Let's just see if this is enough to get ourselves in one cycle. 29, 28, 25. Ooh, I don't think that's gonna be quite enough damage here. I mean, Huo definitely needs to be dispelled. Okay, at least that does hit. I'm just gonna be going for a basic so that we can get our Blade's final hit. But that is... Oh, wait, hold up. Maybe 20% gets us the... no, it's not gonna be quite enough, right? So, a little bit close to one cycle, but nonetheless still getting us our 2-cycle dispatch, which is gonna be the 3-star clear. I believe by my next Himeko ultimate, they should be more or less done here, right? Let's just see how this is gonna look like. Gets us the extra turn. Alright, and this is just gonna give me my additional turn for Himeko. So we pull this back up. We can reset this with the scale. And then Blade comes in with Blade's ultimate. We still have one more ultimate for Huo. So the moment Huo is gonna be coming in, that should be absolutely sufficient. Cast an ultimate, gets us the ultimate reset, and then immediately get this in. Last 9% HP, so it is most likely gonna be a 34 AV 2-cycle dispatch on this 8-cost Himeko. 6%. Oh, okay, so it's definitely gonna be a little bit of an overkill here. So that is pretty much gonna be our 8-cost Himeko, first ever 3-star clear, going from a absolutely insane difference from, I think previously 4-cost it was gonna be with a 4-cycle running a E4 welt. Now all the way into a actual 8-cost 2-cycle on our very first try. Of course, I believe if you guys want to optimize this a little bit and I just switch around with the teammates to cost max a little bit, definitely feel free to do so. But I am very happy with this E2S1 Himeko performance. Alright, we're now going to be moving on into the next 8-cost team, which is going to be the one featuring our E4 S0 whelp. So once again, we're still going to be sticking with our E2S1 Himeko. Doing a E2 S0 blade, it would be really nice if we can actually give one more cost for Blades S1, but I do want to try and see if our E0 S0 Sparkle is going to be giving us the additional action value. You could definitely consider if you have one more cost to spare, so essentially a 9-cost team to slot yourself in a E1 S0 Tribi, which I would personally feel is probably going to be the strongest combination that we have of this current moment, which we're going to be trying out for our 12-cost team later on. So I just want to keep things a little bit more different by using something new, and that is going to be that, right? I am honestly a little bit concerned on how we're going to be able to do this sustainless, because running our well might actually not be enough here, but we're just going to see how this is going to be cooking up, right? Holy. Okay, so welts, we're going to be going with our destination. Very nice, 2-target. I don't think we can actually get ourselves the Emblem ultimate, which is a little bit unfortunate here. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I could try to pull Bro up just for us to get the ultimate as soon as humanly possible, but maybe after this guy hits me, I think it should be okay. So let's just pull up. Okay, actually after I cast this, I can cast out DDD and then Blade can get an extra turn just to get my ultimate up as fast as possible. So I think we're just gonna do that play over there. Alright, then after Blade goes for, because we also pull out my Himeko right here. I do miss the crit damage buff for the very first hit, but I don't think it's gonna be an issue here. So gets in my Blade ultimate right now. So after my Blade ultimate, we're gonna apply our Well ultimate for the action value delay. And then after the Well ultimate, we can then activate my Himeko Nova. So this is gonna be getting us the maximum possible amount of damage. Alright, 2.4, 3.0. Very good with 100% defense now. Well, Yan is just going to be going for another skill, for another decimation. So we are going to be constantly delaying their action value, which is absolutely massive. This helps us break down the Uma here, which is super nice. So this is going to come in. We will be hit a little bit here, which I think is going to be a-okay for us. As long as this horse doesn't move, I think it's going to be okay. Alright, so wait, actually speaking of the horse, he's literally almost going to die. I am going to try and save this so that I can apply my Well ultimate on the battle immediately later on, right? So, okay, actually, you know what? Let's just pop this before Himeko's turn begins. I wonder if I can actually slot in a Well ultimate in between crossway. Okay, we're gonna immediately pop up. I'm just spamming forward right now. Okay, so we okay, you can't. So you can't actually cut in a Well ultimate here. If I had it, that would have been really nice, but it is what it is. This comes back over here. Well, gets in our action value delay. Right, we also get the multiple verdicts, or rather decimation. Skill refresh gets in another decimation. Because we already applied our wealth field, so we are going to be pushing back their action value by quite a consistent amount over here. Okay, then after this blade goes in, this should be 3 out of 6, or rather 4 out of 6. This gives me another extra turn, which is really nice. God damn. Yeah, this team is pretty fucking disgusting. Let's just pop this ultimate right here. So the entire time Murata actually did not hit us at all, which makes this sustainless run incredibly comfortable. Alright, this comes back down to 21% HP. Blade goes back in for the full up attack. I think at this point we are not going to be able to stall bro anymore. So we're just going to be going for the basic so that we can taunt. And then after she hits Blade, Blade is the one with the highest HP anyway, so this is going to be fine. Global passive is going to proc. Now we can actually pull up my Himeko here. So this is going to come back in for the 6 out of 6. See if we can actually get us the little kill. That's fantastic. If I actually managed to kill her before that global passive, that would have been really nice. But we'll just see a bit of RNG. Hopefully we don't get hit too much. Okay, that is fantastic actually. That is actually fantastic. So me getting my wealth here would allow me to apply the weightless buff. Alright, then we're just gonna get ourselves the extra turn. And then we're just gonna apply the skill here. Just trying to delay her as fast as I can. Then for Blade, we're just gonna let go of our ultimate. Always cast your basic attack on Blade because I don't want to be in a situation where we run out of HP. So we're just gonna go for the basic. Alright, I don't think we have any more assist skill left, I think. Okay, maybe we do because of our... Oh, okay, we do. Okay, that's just absolutely fucking fantastic. So this comes back down, goes in for another skill. Can I delay her after Spark? Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to delay her all the way back down to after. Oh my god, she resisted. Was it a resist? Oh, it might have been the Memory of Chaos effect actually. Or rather the Anomaly effect. Increase the enemy speed by 30%. Ah, okay. I think that's just a little bit rough. Hopefully we don't die here. We'll see if this is going to be okay. Did get the hit there. As long as they keep hitting Blade, I think I should be okay. But Sparkle is very chill here anyways. We're just gonna enhance. Holy shit. Okay, that was really fucking scary. Let's just pull up Himeko right now. The moment we let go of our enhanced skill, I'm gonna immediately pop over my ultimate. And after popping over my ultimate, Himeko is gonna dispel, and I'm gonna immediately pop over Himeko's out right here. So this will then refresh all 3 of my assist skill. Okay, absolutely insane damage. I think that actually will be our first 0 cycle if I'm not mistaken. Okay, 17. How much is this? This is 65 AV 0 cycle. 10%. Decimation. And basically, okay, yep, and there's so that is gonna be our first try 65 action value 0 cycle against Himeko, or rather Murata Graphia, right? So this is still technically gonna be our 8 cost team, but definitely gonna be way more of a cost maxing capabilities, running the sustainless alongside with our E4 Well Yang. I will say for this particular run, I wouldn't really bank on this being very consistent. It is just so that if you do not have a global passive, it could be very annoying. And you can see just now, our team was getting dangerously low as well. I think the very important thing is try to make it such that Murata does not proc her crowd control on the very first wave or the very first phase. So when the second Astral Express comes in, you can instantly dispel it with your global passive. But honestly, this thing cost-wise is technically 8 cost, but with the standard unit with E4 Well, then that is gonna be our first ever 0 cycle, right? So then our last 2 video is just gonna be featuring our 12 cost Himeko Murata. At that point, I think we're pretty much just gonna stick to our 0 cycle without a sustain, and we'll see how that is gonna be doing. Alright, now we're going to be going on to our 12 cost Himeko Nova team, this time featuring first with a sustain running our DHPT. I think this is the first time we are actually going to be able to run a DHPT because we can afford the additional +1 cost to give us a little bit of a health restoration such that my M-Blade would have enough to actually let go of his full attack skill, right? And this is going to be E2S1 Blade with a E2S1 Himeko, so 8 costs over here, 2 costs for E0S1 as well as 2 costs for our E1S0 Tribute, right? So without further ado, let's just jump right in. And then for our very last quote-unquote 12 cost, we are just going to be using what I personally feel is pretty much the strongest possible team for Himeko Nova right now, right? So for the positioning of our target, we're still making my blade between DHPD as well as Himeko Nova, such that in case he gets hit, we can get a little bit more free energy, because at this point, sustain is not gonna be too big of an issue for us anymore, since we are gonna be running with a shield sustain that is DHPT, right? So for this one, we're just gonna be going with an enhanced skill, so we activate our decimation verdict. I do want to let this go right now, so that I can heal my Emblade a little bit while giving us the free energy from our decimation. I do want to try and see if I can get my Triby's DDD. Alright, that's absolutely fantastic. So DDD comes in to proc open my E1 field, and then my Himeko is just gonna refresh our 2 assist skills into the maximum possible damage with Triby as well as DHPT and MP, right? Okay, the damage compared to our 8 cost E4 well sustained, that's one is definitely not gonna be as high. Actually, you know what, it's not even that bad. 4.1 million. I think that's just literally just the power of E1 Triby, giving us that much true damage amplification. So they are already gonna be a roughly half health, and we barely have any sustained issue, which is gonna be very good. 6 out of 7, then we just need 1 more hit over here, so we're just gonna do a little bit of a pull. Alright, fold up that goes in, cast our next verdict on 1-on-1. And then for this particular showcase, my DHPT is just gonna be spamming his skill as much as possible so that I can cast my DHPT ultimate, which also not just, okay, we already cleared the entire wave 1 at like within like 50 AV, or was it 80 AV, which is absolutely insane. Then we can actually pop open our skill here, because we should be having enough health to try and sustain ourselves, right? Get out the extra turn first. Alright, then we're just gonna pop this in. I'm just gonna open up with a Triby ultimate so that I can get a little bit of a free verdict. And I can reset right here, get this back in for Himeko, and then we're just gonna go in with the continuous space bar. Ideally want to get rid of the horses as fast as possible. Then we'll see who Himeko Nova is gonna hit this time for the little thing. Okay, unfortunately it didn't hit Blade, so it is what it is. This time it did hit, so it's not that bad. Let's just go open it with our ultimate right now. Then after if any of the horses hit DHPD, that will be huge. Then I can cast my ultimate off. Wait, actually, alright, assist skill also counts as DHPD taking an action. So when your ally takes action, DHPD gains free energy. So the fact that your assist skill can give DHPD energy is honestly just really synergistic as well. Alright, very good, very nice. Horse so far is gonna be not too big of an issue for this particular team anyways. Okay, for this one I actually do want to be a little bit more careful, because we might not have enough HP to last us through. So we'll play a little bit safer here. Alright, this is fine. This is fine. Trippy, we are actually gonna be going for the skill, so that I can get my ultimate up ASAP. This comes in, get us the up. Okay, and Blade goes in. My ultimate is actually not available. Okay, this one is gonna be available, so that's fantastic. So we refresh our assist skill right here. Then we're gonna be going for the blah. I think the horses should be dying on this particular out. 3.7, yeah, I think they are definitely gonna be going for the best here. Okay, absolutely fantastic. Then we do get ourselves 1-on-1. Does this kill? 1%, absolutely. Okay, this definitely kills. Alright, so he's gonna be transforming. We are gonna be hitting a hit here. 7 out of 7. Okay, and Blade is just gonna come down. Murata didn't get, or rather Himeko didn't get a transformation. So we'll see what's up right here. Okay, DHPD getting hit is fine, DHPD getting hit is fine. Okay, Blade, DHPD getting hit, they are both pretty chill. As a matter of fact, if we hit Blade, we can get ourselves a free skill here, which is quite good. Once again, you don't really want to cast your skill anymore, because you're going to be running a little bit low. Alright, so Triby, we're going to have to try and enhance this. Oh wow. Damn, that is just incredibly unlucky for us right there. We can essentially get this out. I do want to make use of this first. So with this out of the way, I can cast my ult first just for a little bit more heals, and then we'll let this assist skill go. Alright, then we reset all of our 3 assist skill right here. Still looks to be in a very healthy range for my entire team. it is just gonna be a little bit more, holy shit, that's insane amount of damage even with a sustain at 12 cost. Okay, 5.6 million, and we already have 3 of our ultimates back up ready to go. We're gonna refresh our shield first. Let's just pop open a blade ultimate followed by a tribute ultimate. Right, so this is gonna be 2 different verdicts. So that's 1. Alright, that's gonna be a second one right here. Then we'll see if we can have enough energy for Blade to cast another out. Okay, actually we should be definitely having enough energy to 0 cycle this anyways. But yes, it does appear that our 12 cost team with DHPT with Emblade and E1 Tribute is going to be doing very well. A little bit slower than our sustainless quote-unquote 8 cost team with our E4 welt. But honestly, not too big of a difference. But considering this is done with a sustained E0 S1 DHPT, I am pretty happy with the results right here. I'm just gonna be going for, okay, I can't even cast my enhanced skill anymore. I have to wait for my DHPT ultimate. So we'll let this go, see if we can get it out right here. Barely enough to get the out, which is a little bit annoying. Let's see if Himeko Nova. Okay, actually at this point, Graphia is really gonna die, right? Okay, yep, okay, so that is gonna be our 0 cycle featuring the 12 cost Himeko Nova with a sustained E0 S1 DHPT. And for the very last showcase, we're just gonna go all in with the Astro Tricycle plus E4 weld. Alright, so now this is gonna be our final team showcase in our 6 different teams for Himeko Nova from 4 cost all the way to 12 cost. Technically speaking, this is actually a 10 limited cost team with 4 cost E2 S1 Himeko, 4 cost E2 S1 Blade, E1 Ezreal Tribute on 2 cost, and then the cost guy, right? The cost hacker, cost maxer, whatever you want to call him, the E4 Ezreal welt with the S5 tutorial. I personally guess, I mean, I haven't even tried out because this is gonna be my first try. I'm guessing this is gonna be our fastest performing team out of every single unit that we have so far, so I would be pretty surprised if this guess is not going to be the case, since when we tried her out at E0, especially on this setup, it was pretty much like the best team, right? So let's just get this in right here. We'll activate our Blade ultimate immediately, and then we're going to be able to apply all of our debuffs. Well, it goes in with the decimation, alright, and then this is going to cause our skill. Apply our Weltyoung ultimate right now, which then gives me 6 out of 6 for decimation, which also then gives my Trippy her DD value as well. And one very nice thing is because decimation can actually stack all the way to 9 stacks, so there is gonna be some leeway for it to go overflowing, right? So 4 out of 6, and then this is gonna come back in, and then we are just gonna let go of our burst right here with our entire setup on Well Blade and Trippy essentially being activated right now, right? So this comes in for 4 million, Trippy goes for the follow-up 8 out of 6, then comes back down with another 1.9 million stack of that particular hit. This is gonna hit us a little bit. I'm not really too concerned since there is gonna be corrosion. I just really don't want this horse guy to take action, so that's gonna be our main oh wait, he's already done, which is, wow, that is incredibly fast. I kind of want to try and see if I can stall for a Weltyoung ultimate, but unfortunately I don't think we can, because we haven't applied the weightless buff on Buckle just yet, which is not too ideal. Yeah, I don't think we actually can get ourselves the Weltyoung ultimate here, which is gonna be a little bit of a shame. So let's just pop this. Just barely, genuinely, literally just by like 1 energy actually. How much energy were we off by? Ally details. Okay, Buckle needs to like. Okay, I guess it's just gonna be 1 guy because everybody's basically sitting on the neck, right? So like I can't even see like the details from my teammates at this point. So that was gonna be quite interesting. 8 out of 6 comes back down. Then we're just gonna pop this. How much energy does what's my well lagging? But okay, 4 energy is what it is. Just bring this back in for another round of full-off attack. Imagine we actually had our Weltyoung ultimate. That would have been so nice. That would have genuinely been just so nice. But we do still get ourselves the additional protocol. Alright. For Blade, we're just gonna be going for the basic. Right, get ourselves a pawn. I do want to try and wait a little bit here. Okay, so this is gonna come back down. Well, you know, I don't want to waste his energy. Right? I don't want to waste his energy. So even though I wasted 4-piece ego, me giving more energy for this is gonna be more worth it anyways. So this is gonna come in. I do need Blade to try and log in for me here because my Himeko Nova is actually pretty far out. Actually, never mind, she's actually not far out at all. Not really not far out, but it's just that everyone that was far out from her actually already died. So it is what it is. Then after this rotation goes in, I think we're definitely going to be having overkill energy, right? Or rather overkill damage here. 6%, 0%. Okay, the last hit is actually a little bit wasteful, so it is what it is. Okay, then this is going to come back in for another enhanced skill. Play is going to come back in for another enhanced skill. We're just going to go back in for our ultimate before she hits us with the AoE. Hopefully Well don't get crowd control. I guess Well getting crowd control is not that bad because we do get off the extra turn. Right? Okay, we do get off the extra turn. So my Well gets off the Waveless. The Waveless is a crucial mechanic because I need to apply Waveless to get us all of the different thingies that's happening right now, and hopefully Trivi essentially just survives this. I actually need to cast my skill here so I can get my ultimate. Then we can try to push her back like as fast as, or rather as far as humanly possible, right? Trivi getting the AoE here is a little bit rough. Hopefully he just hits Blade. Right, hope he just hits Blade. 7 out of 7, this is gonna come back down. 8 out of 6. Decimation comes in barely enough energy to cast my next decimation actually. So Well Yang is just gonna be popping this right now. And then we do get the maximum charge. So I believe that is going to be our 0 cycle. The only difference essentially is that we are going to be running out of 1 trigger. Okay, the damage is actually a lot higher, but it's going to be a 69 AV 0 cycle, which I believe is actually 4 AV faster. Right, so that is actually going to be 4 AV faster compared to our E0 S0 Sparkle setup that we ran just now with an 8 cost team. So yeah, with that, we've pretty much come to the end of today's content, running our Himeko Nova from 4 cost all the way to 12 cost. Setup is going to be seen right here, right? So you can kind of use this as your reference. Blah 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 blah. I think just to wrap up a little bit of a summary after trying out every single team, I personally feel so far every single team that I was able to run well in, we were able to perform like really well with Well, right? Especially when you want to think about like how much cost are you going to be able to save, especially when you want to do some cost maxing. But just know that this E4 Well is not going to be available for every single player, right? So if you do not have the E4 Well, I would legitimately not chase for E4 Well or like redeeming the Golden Companion. It's fine because even without E4 Well, the bottom line is E2 S1 Himeko Nova was definitely a substantial step up in performance, most notably from our 4 cost to 8 cost, where it essentially went from a 5 cycle and 4 cycle all the way up to a 2 cycles with a sustain, with an E0 S0 Ho into a 0 cycle first try running out Well again, right? So I think that is like the moral of the story. Like if you're thinking about vertical investments in terms of cost maxing for Himeko Nova, then E2 S1 Himeko I would say is going to be the #1 priority. Following that, I know we have been using M-Blade a lot, but this is purely just because we are talking about cost maxing and like the best possible teammate with Himeko Nova as of this current moment. So if you do not have M-Blade and you're going to be skipping M-Blade, so for example my free-to-play account actually does not have an M-Blade, you can still make her work with other units like your Trivi, you can run your Sunday, you can run your Sparkle, etc. The key thing is just really making sure you do activate the protocol companion, either Verdict or Decimation. They are both really good. Well, for Decimation, and then DHPT is pretty much just going to be for your companion right there, right? So let me know what you guys think in thoughts and comments down below. Word of the day is going to be, I think this is my second last video that I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of a 0 cycle video. I mean, I really did all the 0 cycles here, so you can kind of just refer this for yourself. Join Twitch, join Discord, use code POKE in terms of gamer subs, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.